Hi, I'm Mark Mitford with HR Catalyst. Today's Friday, so it's time for Mark's Friday 3 and 3, where I share 3 great HR tips with you in 3 minutes. So, with that, let's go and get started. Today, we wanted to talk about organizational change management. Every organization out there will go through multiple changes during career. Some of them will continue to, you may go through one every 3 years, 5 years. Some organizations are kind of at the cutting edge of technology, so they're just constantly changing. But we wanted to focus on just some of the key things, especially if you're going to be involved in leading a change within your organization or going to be part of the leadership team that's going to be leading that change. So, a few facets for change management that are going to be critical. One of them is around communicate. So, number one is around communicate early and often. I cannot stress that one enough. I've been involved in numerous changes in my career, some of them fairly small in scope, some of them multi-year in scope because they were just so large and complex. Communicate early and often and make sure people understand the why you were doing the change. So have the why or the vision clearly identified and communicate early and often. Be open and transparent. If it's going to be challenging and hard, let people know that up front, because the worst thing you can do is oversell and underdeliver. So if you try to oversell, this will be so easy. This is going to be just take us a few months. It's not going to be that challenging. I will guarantee you that that will come back to haunt you as you go through that change. So making sure you communicate early and often and identify the why, and also make sure you have a strong stakeholder or leader who is leading the change, and make sure you have change agents within the organization. Engage and empower your stakeholders. So ideally you should have one executive stakeholder or champion, but also making sure you have other stakeholders who are in different positions besides leadership positions within the organization. You may also have some key stakeholders who are employees, but they carry a lot of influence and respect in the organization. This could be an engineer in your organization who has been with your company for 15 years, or an accounting director that's been with your company for 15 years. So somebody who people know and trust. If you get them involved in the process, I'll guarantee you that will help make the change go that much more successfully. So item number 2 is engage and empower stakeholders, and making sure those have one champion, but making sure those stakeholders are different parts of the organization and different levels, so that change can be enabled for success. And then the last item we wanted to talk about here, number 3, is around providing training and support. Again, can't stress these are all really hugely important, but making sure you provide training and support for the individuals, especially if it's something which with a system or process change, give people the equipment and the tools to actually be successful, because change can be challenging. So it's important in investing resources and a mechanism for employee support. So making sure the employee support could be through, firstly, off of something we talked about earlier, open communication and dialogue up front, but making sure they have people that are some of the change agents, that they have an open forum with them. Depending on the complexity of the change and the scope of it, you may even want to have weekly, somewhat open, like fireside chats where there can be open and honest dialogue, but making sure you provide training and the support needed. So, those are the three items we wanted to talk today about change management and managing and navigating an organizational change. So, with those items, that'll give you some of the basis for maneuvering a change successfully. So, with that, I hope you have a great weekend. Good luck with your next change, and we'll talk again soon in a couple weeks. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye bye.